Hello everyone and welcome to the Green Tambourine Tarot. Today we are going to be talking about what download about your past life are we getting from the Akashic records and what you can do to heal it. So we're going to talk about that. We have 3 piles today. So pile number 1 is the Angel of Knowledge, and that is with yellow jade if you want to choose with a crystal. The second one is the Angel of Enlightenment, number 33, if that resonates with you. The first number is number 5. So that's the number 5 on that, if that resonates with you. And then this is the selenite crystal. And then finally, for pile number 3, we have the Angel of Manifestation, which is pile number 4. And this is with the amethyst crystal. I feel like there is a lot of air energy present, but we're going to move forward with our reading, getting ready with pile number 1. You can choose either pile number 1, 2, or 3, or you can choose a combination of both, of all 3, or you can choose all 3. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. All right, thank you so much. All right, so with these cards we're going to be using, this comes from the collection of Uncover Your Past Lives Oracle. So we're going to be talking about your past life and what on here you would need to do to help heal it. So we're going to talk about what you brought here with you, kind of who you are right now. So you're going to pick up on some of these. So in the past life, this comes up that you were very religious. So we're going to use the tops of these. That's interesting because this is the Angel of Knowledge. Unrequited love. Unrequited love. So that was something that you brought here. And what is the final thing? Your lesson in this lifetime is passive conformity. Religious, unrequited love, and passive conformity. You are from a lost civilization. Yeah, you're from a lost civilization, so you were religious. The issue with unrequited love and passive conformity. So we're going to talk about who or what was the deal with the unrequited love. And so with that story, we're going to look at some tarot cards. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what is going on or what happened in your past life. What I feel like was with the lost civilization, there was a very religious ceremony there between the two of you. You let me pull the tarot cards because I pulled these specifically to talk about your relationship. So this relationship, it began with a 3 of Cups. Then you have the Moon card, and then you have the 7 of Wands. Okay, and with the 3 of Cups, it all started out really, really well. To me, this definitely seems like this should actually go like this. So you were in a lost civilization. You were very religious. Your location was a lost civilization. Your lesson was just going along with whatever. Passive conformity is just not conforming to whatever the law said at that time, and that was your lesson. So we do have something about that. But specifically, I pulled some cards about the unre- unrequited love. And when you have an unrequited love relationship, what that actually means is that you have romantic feelings for someone who doesn't feel the same way. And in the end, and with the Three of Cups being here first, then that actually meant that you had a lot of love in your social life, even though you were a very religious person. I feel like it was a beautiful meeting. It was easy to see how you guys got along together. It was very beautiful for you. You were very, very excited about it, is what I'm feeling, and that everything you felt was going great. Okay. Then, with the moon coming next, there were some complications. It was some misunderstandings. Not everything seemed as it appeared. So I feel like this person was being nice to you, and you didn't necessarily understand, or maybe this is this may be where the passive conformity is coming in for you. And I see actually, it's so funny because your spirit guides asked me to get these crystals out. And with that yellow jade, it really talks about your, it helps, that helps to heal your solar plexus chakra. And so there are some confidence issues, but this stems from possibly this past life situation so that you can heal from it. The moon card coming out basically says that at that time, there were some revelations that came out. Maybe some old attitudes, the passive conformity part, the beliefs or ideas that just kind of clouded your judgment about this person, and maybe the love that they were bringing to you wasn't necessarily what you were used to, or it just, from whichever party, I feel like it was more a situation where this person liked you, you liked them, but maybe they didn't like you the same way you liked them. There were some expectations of your being married, or because you were supposed to do this, you ended up either marrying the person perhaps, and it ended. You know how people come up to you and say, "Oh my God, you two look good together. You look good together. You should get married." And it was like, okay, but maybe I didn't really feel or really have some kind of feelings toward that person, or your significant other felt that way towards you. Either way, in the end, with the Seven of Wands being here, there was some uncomfortable situations. So you had to fight for your relationship. Perhaps there were objections from family, friends that opposed the two of you being together, and you had to put in a lot of effort to make your relationship work, because this person was maybe unconventional, and it was like, you need to just let them go. And I feel like I'm looking right at the passive conformity. That was your lesson, because you allowed yourself to be governed by outside forces in this specific relationship. So whether you stayed there because you were like, okay, well, I'm married to this person, so I need to stay there and I need to be joined with them, is what I'm feeling. And you weren't necessarily in love with them, either that or they weren't necessarily in love with you. But either way, there was not, in the end, it was just that the person was just being nice to you. If you find that is, and sometimes I'm just trying to be nice about it. And maybe sometimes when I am a certain way, when I'm doing a reading, that is what your spirit guides are trying to get across to you. So the person really didn't necessarily like you. They were just trying to be nice. So they were going along with the flow. That's the passive conformity. You guys got married. Your family was like, oh, you got to stay together. There was some heartbreak there because there was so many outside forces. And perhaps the two of you, although you met at this time like it was like a religious ceremony, or it was just so much religion surrounding this situation that you actually didn't even understand, or you weren't able to see that this possibly wasn't good for you. So this lesson for this lifetime is to not be passive. If you find that you are being controlled by your family or outside forces, or everybody's like, oh, you should do this, or you should stay with this person, or you should, do whatever, be kind enough to yourself to say that you deserve, better for yourself, right? So I'm going to look at this reading of what is the message that you have to move forward in this lifetime. So your last or your past lifetime had to do with love. Oh my God. This is talking about love. It specifically says, I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So perhaps it was, the fact that there was love. Oh, wow. Okay. Sometimes I tell you guys, I get shot. Like, I don't know what's coming on these cards from your spirit guide. So, this is what you're healing from in this lifetime, is really learning how to be free. So, this card came up to me, and it flipped. I was doing these, and this was sitting on the bottom. So when I read it, it says, let go of your fear of being judged. You are good enough. It's time to release all that you have kept safely locked away in your heart. Your true essence and potential have been restricted to structure and method for long enough. All of this structure, method, everything that was just in your past, it's time for you to let that go now. There is no right or wrong way. Just be you. Okay. So your spirit guides are saying to you to just be yourself now. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to, your lesson to overcome in this lifetime is passive conformity. So you don't have to say, oh, well, I hope I'm doing this right because I want people to love me, or I want my family to feel like I make them proud. The person that you came here to make proud this lifetime is yourself. So let's look at these two cards. So one is expression. I hope you can read this. If not, I will read it for you. It says, express how you feel clearly, lovingly. Hang on one second. It is like orange on orange. Hold on one second. All right. I had to put some light on the situation there. So it says, express how you feel clearly, lovingly, and honestly without fear or judgment. Say it exactly like it is. All will be resolved when you express to others how you truly feel. Trust in the power of life to guide you and heal all concerned. Self-expression is liberating and healing. Again, this is like solar plexus, and this is the sacral chakra. You have your solar plexus. It's just so many different things that are at play here, and all of that has to do with this whole situation in your past life and what you've come here in this lifetime. One of the things you came here to heal. We each have at least one guardian angel. Angels who lovingly oversee all the events of our lives. Guardian angels are messengers of light whose divine mission is to protect and guide humanity along its sacred journey. Their love for each of us is unconditional, so no matter what you do or don't do, you are always worthy of their love. So they are letting you know that you are definitely, you can't you can't mess it up this time. You don't have to worry when you're coming out of this that you're going to make a mistake, because that sometimes is a part of what happens and the reason why people don't necessarily make changes in their life is because they're worried about what other people think. And that can be the situation here, is what I'm feeling. That whole passive conformity, the lesson that you had, that's huge for you. And I think you know that, especially the with the yellow jade that's come out as well, that you chose. Sometimes you never know like why somebody chooses something, or a pal resonates with someone. But again, be kind to yourself and others, really to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself, because this time you're going to get it right. I just feel like this time you're going to get the practice of seeing the good in all things, because you've been a little jaded because of what happened to you in your past. But that is why you were heartbroken in a past life. So I always give you some inspirational cards to end your reading with. And one thing says the how is in the now. How has your intuition, what has your intuition been trying to tell you? Okay, so your intuition has been trying to share with you that maybe it's okay for you to love now. Maybe it's okay for you to be able to heal from this situation, this past life trauma that you went through. Because although somebody's like, oh, somebody breaking up with you, or somebody not loving you the way you want to be loved, that specifically can be heartbreaking. And you could be repeating this cycle right now, which is why your spirit guides wanted me to come and share with you that you can come out on the other side, and you will in this lifetime if you have the courage to do it. The other thing is Midas touch. Things are working out in your favor. In what ways are you abundant right now? That is the number 16 card. So just know that you have abundant. You're going to do this. And look at how all of these colors in here, this is from a different deck. But do you see how the colors all all go together? It is so beautiful. That is your lesson. The passive conformity and the unrequited love. This time you're going to find the love that you're going to have the courage to find the love that you truly deserve in this lifetime. I wish you all the best. Please remember to, if you like this reading, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And I also have a sacred path journey, or journey. My goodness. So let me grab a copy of this for you so you can take a look. But this is a great, it's you can get it in paperback, or you can also get it in hardback copy. It's small enough to be able to fit into your bag, and it's a spiritual message tracker. And also it has journal prompts as well as some other items in it, so that you, for your soulful transformation. So that's the Sacred Path Journal. And so that's a great tool to have. We also have our membership, monthly membership, and that link is in the bio as well. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in another reading. Please consider subscribing to this channel so that you can know every time we go live, or that where you can actually ask questions and I answer them, or you can and turn on your notification bell. All right. Thank you guys so much. Pile number one. I wish you all the best on your journey and to find love. And I hope you know that finding love in the beauty in all things will allow you to start to see the beauty in yourself and attract love to you. Okay. Thank you so much. That was big. That was that was confirmation. All right. Have a wonderful day. Hi, pal number two. So today we're going to be looking at what happened in your past life that you can heal today. So I have a set of cards here, and we're going to look at. I also put the ones from pile number one back into the shuffle because it could go either way. So what we're going to be looking at, okay, so this one just, okay, oh wow. All right, so these came out. Old age, death, fanatical faith. All right, so we're going to be looking at the tops of these. So whatever is directly at the top, and I will put these closer for you. And see, what else do you have for pomegranate? 2, you were the town beauty. All right. And you died of old age, town beauty. You had the angel of enlightenment and the selenite. So this is just to say that you picked your pile. I had someone say, well, if I pick the pile, then you know what happens. But if you know anything about readings, you know that you don't ever know what's going to come out. So you just have to just, you can't please everybody, right? Sorcerer or sorceress. Interesting. Okay. So I had another one that popped up. Infantry, and I'm going to oh my goodness. Okay. So you actually had a lot going on. I'm going to tell you what I already feel, what your spirit guides are telling me. And I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit so we can get this in here. First pile, there was a lot going on with you, probably because you had some old age. So I guess maybe you had a lot going on. So infantry came up as well. Death. Okay. And age of enlightenment. And I also feel like truth and discernment was a part of this as well, because my eyes went to both of these. So I'm going to sit it like this. But age of enlightenment time frame, truth and discernment was your lesson. Okay. So let's look at this. You had, you were the town beauty, and people thought of you as a sorcerer or sorceress. For most of this, what I'm feeling is that, and what I see, is that you were someone who possibly helped the infantry. You may have been a nurse. You dealt a lot with death, but you were a healer. So it could have been during like a wartime of some sort. And I'm just channeling here. So you were like a nurse, and people came to you because you had a fanatical faith in what in the divine. You could have had some psychic powers. You could have been someone who you were during the age of enlightenment. Your lesson this time, though, is truth and discernment, because the death that you were around, in terms of you were being like an infantry medic, like a sorcerer or sorceress, that was like your magic, right? But you had fanatical faith in what you were doing. And the thing is that I felt like people were, or maybe they didn't understand always who you were or what you did, but they would always call on you for help. So you were always the person who was called on for help, and you were able to live to an old age. Okay. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Angel of enlightenment. See this, right? Age of enlightenment. The time frame. You were, wow. Oh my goodness. An angel of enlightenment during the age of enlightenment. And for you to have fanatical faith, that was because you were able to, do you see this? Like you were able to see things that others weren't necessarily able to see. That is very, very interesting because with that selenite crystal, selenite clears energy and it accesses higher dimensions. So when I was putting these out, the spirit told me to put the selenite with this one. So it actually helps when this crystal is like a connector almost to the astral realm. So for this, it's almost like that's who you were. Your beauty would captivate people, but it was like they didn't really know that you also had this fanatical faith, and they were like, "Wow, she has a magic." They would call you like a sorcerer or sorceress, but they didn't really. It was almost like you became, even then you still had an old age death, which is great, which makes me believe that you weren't somebody who came during a time like the Salem, witch trials here in the United States, but that you were able to do what you did. It could have been during the time of my eyes are going to that pyramid, which it's almost like it's lighting up for me. This little pyramid thing that I have. So there was some kind of um, energy work that you did, and you kind of knew how to harness that to heal people. And that's why you had that. But they didn't know that you actually had your fanatical faith was in the divine and that you were able to talk to angels, but they called it sorcery. All right. So let's go ahead and get some additional cards about your situation. I don't feel like I need specifically any tarot cards for this, but let's just see. Okay, so do we need tarot cards for this? Okay, we do have two cards that have come out. So one card is the Justice card. Mm. And another card is the Ten of Cups. Okay, so the Ten of Cups actually came out in reverse, and that is how we're going to explain that in terms of your situation. All right, so since this one came out first, I'm going to go ahead and switch these. So this came out first, the old age death. I guess you got justice. I didn't even think about that. The fanatical faith that you had, with this being in the Ten of Cups in reverse. Let's talk about that because with the Ten of Cups in reverse and the Age of Enlightenment, just so you know, it was also called the Age of Reason, according to Wikipedia, because I wanted you guys to know exactly when that was. So it was exactly when they started the separation of church and state. So you had you had fanatical faith, okay? But you're also very spiritual, um, and the Enlightenment, including a range of ideas centered on the value of human happiness, the pursuit of knowledge obtained by means of reason, and the evidence of the senses, such as natural law, liberty, toleration, constitutional government, and a separation of church and state. It was preceded by the scientific revolution, Sir Isaac Newton, and all of those things. So you came along during a time when there was individual liberty and religious tolerance. So in opposition to an absolute monarchy. So they were starting to really be more accepting of different ideas. And so this is during the 17th and 18th centuries. So you were able to kind of be yourself. I am feeling like there would be like different meetings and different things shared with you through this is, oh my gosh. Okay, now I see what spirit. If you guys just kind of bear with me. So you're going to see maybe some choppy, uh, some editing in here, but what I just saw, and this is what the central doctrines of enlightenment and how they got their word out about it was through the Masonic lodges. When I saw the Masonic lodges on here, this is what this pyramid thing is about because that is one of the symbols for the Masons, right? And so that is why, wow. that is why that lit up very brightly. But this was just confirmation for me. I'm anxious to see what there was some confusion with the Ten of Cups there, and that is what made me feel like it was hostile. There was tension in the air. There were arguments with people about things like finances then, and who's gonna do whatever. Even though it was an age of enlightenment, there was also a lot of tension in the air, because it was the beginning of, at this time that we know about, the separation of church and state. However, you were able to um, have an old age death, and you, even though people called you a sorcerer, even though they said, oh, this person is fanatic, you still continue to help people, but your lesson was truth and discernment. Let's talk about the truth and discernment in terms of the justice card, because the truth and discernment, um, let's pull, what's the lesson, the different lesson that you, humor. This is so funny. Humor. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. So the truth and discernment for you at this time, I'm going to put this here. The truth and discernment for you is to look at the lighter side of life, and I'm looking at the green. I'm just seeing like had something to do with your heart chakra, because you did have a heart for people, but it was like the truth and discernment for you was that in past lives, you just, that was the struggle for you, is who should I really trust? And even though you got justice then, the who can you really trust is what's coming. Wow, adversity. And look at that. It has a triangle on it. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So again, you're being there are some tribulations in your life right now. However, just know that they've not come to make your life difficult. They've just come to help you this lifetime to know the difference between, to discern between, to know the difference between truth and discernment. And peace. I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. What you're being asked to, or that's the healing that you have for this lifetime. What does your guardian angel have for you? Eternity. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Didn't I say that this is something dealing with your heart chakra? Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. You could have been an angel here. And so a prayer card has come up for you. So perhaps you can pray this prayer. It's another green, really heavy on the heart chakra here. Um, Dear guardian angel, so I'm going to put this up there for you. Dear guardian angel, help me to be flexible in my attitudes and beliefs. Help me to not fear the transient nature of life. Help me to remember the eternal light which emanates from my soul. Oh my goodness. And the eternal light which emanates from the heart of every living thing. There's the heart again. Help me to remember that I am eternally guided and loved by God in all creation. What a beautiful prayer. That's a beautiful prayer. I feel like your fear this lifetime is because of rocking the boat, or will you, um, like, did you get justice? Or did you really get justice is what I'm kind of feeling. Let me see. Let me get some more. Did this person get justice? What words do you have for them moving forward? So I have two cards for you. One is, it's all in divine order, allow. How can you relax into the flow and go with the current of life? How can you relax in the flow and go with the current of life? And finally, there is strength in doing nothing. Wait. What have you been forcing, and how can you let go of the outcome? So, discernment, having the discernment, knowing the truth about your situation, that is in understanding and praying this prayer and knowing that, just remembering who you are is what your spirit guides are telling me. They just want you to remember that you are an angel and you have close communication with an angel and your spirit guides. And even if in this lifetime someone calls you a sorcerer, or that you have some type of fanatic faith, just keep going on your journey, because you're doing so much to help others. Again, be kind to yourself. That's whenever that's coming is whenever I see that, it means that you're being too hard on yourself. And your spirit guides want you to know that you deserve to have or to enjoy the magic that you have been given as a gift. I really hope this helps you, pile number 2. And if it does, please consider giving me a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Turn on your notification bells so that you can receive notifications whenever we go live, whenever we have another, and whenever I provide another reading. I also want to let you know that we have our monthly membership now. We only have like 18 or 16 slots left for our monthly membership. The link is in the description box, so please make sure you do that. We have readings every month just for the people in the collective in the group, and you also have a special reading for your birthday month, or for your birthday. We will email you a specific card or reading for your birthday. All right. You'll also get a shout out on the channel, and just like Iffy Angel. So shout out to Iffy Angel. They are our newest member. Don't forget about the Sacred Journal. This is the Sacred Journal, the Sacred Path Journal, which is your tracker for soulful transformation. And soulful means just your soul's transformation. There's journal prompts, and there are also guides in there, or like places that you can chart out your readings. So instead of trying to remember it all, you can actually put it in here, put a date to it. And also you can put this in, it's small enough, and it comes in paperback as well, that you can just put this in your purse and go, or backpack. All right, you guys. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Pile number 3. So you have the Angel of Manifestation along with the Amethyst card here. So we are going to find out from your spirit guides who you were in a past life and what did you come here to heal. So who were you in a past life and what did you come here to heal? So let's begin with who you were. You were a builder. Interesting. Your issue is with abandonment in this lifetime. I'm going to see if you guys can see this. Hang on one second. I'm going to see what's going on. All right. So hopefully you can see that you were a builder, that one of the issues that you're dealing with is abandonment. We're doing the reading based on what's coming up here at the top. You were a bit of a socialite. Interesting. And final card is hypothermia. Interesting. Interesting. Construction. You were a builder. So we're going to get a little bit more insight into this. I want to pull one more card. And as you can see, I'm just basically I just, with my eyes closed, just asking your spirit guides. All right? So 2 cards. Wow, I pulled 2 cards. So this is mathematician. It was actually like this. So if it's like this, you're a scientist / mathematician. So that could be the builder kind of thing, because you do need science and math to be able to develop. Socialite, city dweller. So you're a city dweller / socialite. You were very intellectual. You were a builder in the city, right? So the 2 things that happened to you is that you suffered from abandonment and hypothermia, and you drowned. Oh my gosh. Wow. Lost at sea, drowned. That is interesting. Wow. Wow. This is very, very interesting. Investigation. Put this right here. Investigation. That's very interesting. I would like to get a little bit more insight, so I'm going to pull some tarot cards so we can really go into this whole thing about your drowning and hypothermia and the investigation. So we're going to say what happened past, like what was the situation, what was the incident about, or what caused the incident, and what was the outcome of the investigation. Okay, so that's what we're asking your spirit guides to provide for us. So basically, let me go ahead and move these cards a little bit here. This is really interesting. I can actually do it this way. So a drowned, abandonment, drowned, hypothermia, investigation. You know, the funny thing is as I'm doing this, so funny, I put this in order and you were a scientist / mathematician / builder, right? So it's funny how all of this had to kind of have, a lot of structure to it. So let's see what happened in the past. In the past situation, like where were you? So that is the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. The next card, Page of Cups in reverse. And finally, the outcome of your investigation, the Queen of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so in anticipation of having some more cards, I went ahead and just moved my camera out some more. The crazy thing about this is at the beginning of this, with the 6 of Pentacles being there, especially in reverse, that there was a hidden agenda, some kind of quid pro quo. It could be in your career. There could have been, like, you could have loaned someone money, or and you may have been expecting your money to get paid back, especially if you were a bit of a socialite. So to me, I'm looking at this as someone who was a scientist or a mathematician, and they were a builder, and they were a socialite in the city, they loaned some people some money and expected it to come back. So there was, there could have also been some selfishness related to giving in charity. So you, it also could have meant that in a past life you were willing to give to others in a way that actually didn't benefit them, but it actually benefited you. So you should be. That was kind of the one of the things that you can look at, especially when you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. It could also mean that there could have been some people in your workplace that seemed helpful, but they had some hidden agendas, right? Especially with the Page of Cups being there, because there was some insecurity. There, it's almost like you were shy, um, vulnerable, and insecure when it came to giving to others. So the insecurity that you felt, especially when it's like you needed some type of insight, but you didn't necessarily have the insight, and this is what potentially happened. So there was some type of um, ordeal where you were abandoned, you were drowned, you had hypothermia, and then you drowned. So there was an investigation, um, and that was from the truth seeker trying to seek some investigation on your behalf. It's so funny because I don't know why. I feel like not that you were on the Titanic, but it's like, it's kind of like that. Like you were someone who didn't know, like, was there some type of a hidden agenda? Not that there was a hidden agenda about the Titanic. That's not what I'm saying at all. But there was like, there were so many people that were on that boat that gave up their life. Um, and it could have been something like that where you went off and there was an investigation there. Um, and with the Queen of Wands, though, the investigation actually, came out where it was like, and it really was more like the investigation of, like, it you were redeemed in a way, with the investigation, because whatever it is that you wanted to accomplish in your life in the time that you were on the planet, the investigation brought you, like, it's almost like it brought you the, not that that's the justice card, but it's almost like it brought you the confidence that, or it showed how confident you really, really were. It could have been something where people actually treated you as if you didn't have the skills or the knowledge to understand that they were trying to undermine what you were doing. But I feel like, for, or what I'm feeling about this specific pile, is that there was justice done on your behalf, and it's almost like you were able to not trick the players, but it's like you kind of knew what might happen, so you set something up for a just in case. That is basically what I am feeling. It's almost like you set something up for a just in case moment. Okay, so let's see what your energy is for this time. Interesting. Health. I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines your soul. So you could be somebody who's like, this time I'm going to take um, great care of myself, because in a last life, you know, I allowed myself to, or not I allowed myself to, because you don't allow yourself to drown, but it's almost like you, I don't know, it's like you just feel like you want to make sure that nobody or that you take care of your body. Denial. Because this speaks to this, especially the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. This is the new thing for you. So this is what you have come, or this is what you have come to heal about yourself, is that in this lifetime, you will have the insight and awareness, and you won't be blindsided by people at work or people in your life, because in a past life, it was a situation where it wasn't the outcome that you expected. Humor. Again, this card came out. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life, because evidently, so you're bringing this energy, this Queen of Wands energy, into your new life. So in a past life, see, can you spirit guides show me what, oh, this one, the water carrier, what really matters, reflect, reprioritize. So in this lifetime, you have this card. I was told to pull this card for this pile and sit it. So I just turned it over, and that's what this is talking about, the water carrier. What really matters, reflect, reprioritize. So the water carrier carries life, and hopefully you can, I'll put this there. See if that's something that you can actually see the whole thing. Actually, I can put this there. All right. So we're going to slide this down a little bit. All right. Musical chairs. Okay. So in this lifetime, you are the carrier of life. What people meant for you, harm for you in your past life, in this life, your spirit guides are saying that it is flipped for you, that you are now someone who is clear in your thinking. The angel, it's so funny that this angel of manifestation card is there, and it's almost like, if you see this person is like, okay, I got a new job, I have all of these different things, coming up around me, love, life. It's like this lifetime, you will get your just due when it comes to, having your, what you want to have happen in your life play out. And that is what your spirit guides want me to share with you there. And just to be, you probably do have a more lighter or more humorous side to you, because in past lives, you've just been, it was like you were just working so hard trying to make sure that everything was great. And then all of that stuff still happened to you. So this lifetime, you're like, hey, I'm not going to take everything so seriously. I'm going to acknowledge, my, I'm going to acknowledge my fear. I'm trying to read it from back here. But I replace it with insight and awareness, because none of this crap is going to happen to me again. And I'm going to focus on my health. I'm going to focus on taking care of myself, and not worry about, in this lifetime, not worry about, harming or someone harming me. And me not being able to have the insight to see that they were plotting against me. This lifetime, that's not happening for you, to you, or for you this time. This time, you are able to focus on what really matters, and you're able to quickly reprioritize so that you can actually get your dreams out. You probably are someone who already has a lot of stuff in the works. And so we're going to look at just what were some of the things that, or what are some of the things that you need to focus on, or how do they get you not how did they get you last time, but yeah, kind of like how did they get you last time and what do you need to focus on? Full moon in Pisces is forgiveness. So you may be somebody who this life you want to manifest certain things, but you, you may meet some people in your life who have come back to you for for this, and it's just for you to forgive them and let them go back into the just let them move on out of your life. Like some people have come into your life just for forgiveness in this lifetime, is what I'm hearing. And it's not like they're meant to stay. Maybe they just need forgiveness, and you're meant to release them back into, release them energetically, is what I mean. A lot of the people that hurt you may have incarnated in this life as well, so that they can literally you can forgive them, because that was there to teach you a lesson about trust and fears and being able to forgive people so that you can manifest in this life what you want. Focus on the positive. Full moon in Sagittarius. So this lifetime, you really are focusing on the positive and not the fears, because the opposite of fear is faith. So you're this time you're going to focus on making sure that those things get, all of your dreams and everything that you wanted to manifest um, takes place. So work through your feelings. This time you're here to work through your feelings, and finally, be real. Be real about what's really going on. I think that there was some denial because you were like, oh, no, you're somebody who gives a lot of people the benefit of the doubt. And in this lifetime, that's not what you're supposed to do, because giving someone the benefit of the doubt means that you're denying what the truth. And now this time you're not denying the truth, because you are the water carrier. The water carrier is the carrier of life. Water is life. So you are the carrier of all the dreams that you want to manifest inside. You will have the opportunity to do it in this lifetime. It won't be a short situation for you. It won't be something that got cut off quickly. This time in this life, you will do, if you so choose. That's the thing. If you so choose, you will get to do what it is you came here to do. Okay? This is what I felt. I'm gonna make sure that I said friendship. Oh, friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I just said that. You have friends in your life for a reason, because they came here for forgiveness from you. And they may want to right their wrong by helping you this lifetime. So you may or may not know who that might be, um, but maybe that is, what it is. Maybe in a past lifetime, this lifetime, they're like, hey, I want to redo my life too. I want to, be a better person and not, swindle somebody into that. All right. So let's see a word from oneness. Someone you dearly miss is forever present in your heart. Remember, dearest one, that even though there has been a physical parting, spiritually, those we love never leave us. Creation is eternal. Nothing is ever truly missed, for all is interconnected and ultimately one. So that is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. Let's, if I, wow. This may have been, was it someone, oh my gosh, worry is on this, pal. I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Worry about stuff, you probably still worry about stuff, and you may have had like just some issues with. I wanted to see. Oh wow, the Eight of Cups. So I wanted to pull that to see if this was really more about you, and that there was someone, but you had to walk away from a situation in the past, in your past life, and just know that whomever, I feel like it's almost like this is what I need to really kind of explain this now that I've seen all these cards again. Um, Not again. I mean, I'm just still sitting here, but but the thing that I'm seeing is that the investigation, it could have been what I'm feeling now that all the cards are on the table, literally, is that there was someone that you also um, that left or that didn't incarnate in this lifetime, and they had something to do with the abandonment of this situation here. And so, because of that, you may be somebody who worries a lot now. You may have had a family member to pass on, um, or you still feel that sense of abandonment, and that you are not with, even if you are single by yourself, it's almost like you feel lonely a lot. And that could be from something in your past life. So definitely make sure that you kind of, ask if that is something from your divine, if that is, ask the divine if that is something that happened to you in a past life, because what's coming up um, right now is acceptance. I am learning to accept the things I cannot change, because there may be some people, some things that you cannot change in this incarnation, but you can change how you respond to it. And that is going to be the insight, the wisdom, and the knowledge that you're going to have in this lifetime, so that you can right your wrong and finish and manifest everything that you started in your other life. Okay? All right. Okay. So, as I was sitting here, this Page of Swords in reverse was on sitting here, and it's like I tried to end the reading, but it was like it I kept feeling like I needed to share that with you, because um, with that Page of Swords in reverse, it's like you may be unsure, and that's where the worry card came up and the acceptance card came up. It's almost like you have been hopping around jobs, maybe worried about your future, over analyzing, researching. You're not doing, you're not being, you're just like defensive. You may be a defensive partner. You also may not communicate with your partners. And that could be because you were like, the last time I was here, I wasn't able to communicate, or when I communicated with people, they took advantage of me. So this lifetime, I'm not doing that. I am going to keep my cards to my vest. I'm not going to share information. And this could be something telling you this is why your spirit guide said you learn to accept the things that you cannot change and stop worrying so much. But you also need to um, use, what is this? It's right here. Wow, I can accomplish what I set my mind to. This was peeking out of the deck. That is That is crazy. This says envy. Don't worry about people. It says I'm the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So you may have some challenges in this lifetime, but don't worry. Okay. You will get it. Just be real. Work through your feelings. Forgive people. And also focus on the positive. Okay. So that's your advice from your spirit guides. All right. I feel like I have been fully released from, the Lover's card. Okay. I guess I was not. So the Lover's card, this is in reverse. That's interesting because with the Lover's card in reverse, your, hang on one second. All right. So it just means that there is some conflicts between your colleagues. You actually may have a romance at your job that's leading to trouble. And it is, this may be this person from the past life. You could be very making some choices that, or, or you may be a cold and detached partner. You may have too many, or there's some kind of imbalance in your relationships. All of this is speaking to, especially even with the Page of Swords in reverse, it could just really be speaking to all of the distrust that you had that you brought here. And it's just asking you to leave that. The envy, the insecurity, all of that stuff can lead to things that you just need to let go of. I think that whoever this person is just showed up so that you can forgive them so they can move on. It's not what you think it is what I am feeling about this situation. All right. Now I'm free to go on. All right. Have a great afternoon and or morning or evening whenever you see this, because the Two of Pentacles has come out. It's going to end great. It's going to end great for you. All right. Have a blessed and wonderful day.